And hello to all my Cancer friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for a very sunflowery September 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you guys a very specific spread. They want to do a financial corner spread. We're going to focus on money, guys. Money, money, money. We're going to set this up, though, in the storyline format. It allows me to be very accurate because we're telling a bunch of little stories. It's like a bunch of mini readings all in one. It's like a big scatter shot across the entire sign of Cancer, and we're going to be telling different stories about different cancers. So the first couple may not make sense to you, but stick with it. We are going to get a home run story that is just right for you. Pertinent information that is important for your month of September. There's something financial they do not want you guys to miss. We're also going to conclude your reading. They've asked that I do an extra chakra scrub, actually. I'm sorry, I misspoke. A health scrub, not a chakra scrub. We're doing a health scrub for Cancer. So that is physical health. There's something there that they want you to pay attention to, maybe to upgrade or improve with your physical health, just to be kicking things a little bit better here in September, or a problem to avoid. So we're going to look at all that stuff, guys. Also do a Runestone. That'll cap off the reading. Also got to tell you about this wonderful display that's right here in front of me. So we have a lot to cover, a lot to talk about. Let's get into it right now, shall we? We'll waste no more time. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save time. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're ready to have a great September. I'm bringing you in right here so you can watch. I like to share my table with you, and right now we are on and recording. What I'm doing here first, these are my ritual cuts, guys. Basically, I'm cutting each deck into 3 parts and then putting them back together in a separate order. It satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot, and it's the same procedure for personal private readings. Now, the storyline spread, that's the format we're using. It starts with 5 cards. I expand it out from there where I need to go, but these are your base 5 that you need to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, we've got a lot of inverted blocked here. That may or may not change. We're going to see. I do need more cards first. And this deck actually gives a pretty good, a lot of long storylines. It's capable of making some pretty big ones. So let's see what we got there. That's still going. There's going to be our end. Okay, so double check the blockages one more time. I think it kind of evened out a little bit. 6 to 4, right on that borderline. I'm going to leave it for now. We'll do individual discards. Individual discards. Now I need to get my pairings. Didn't get a lot of major arcanas to use as guides here. So that's going to come down here. It's all one big line, but to keep it on the screen so you guys can see what I'm doing here, I'm going to do it like this. You're working here. You're not really sure. You're looking there. That's all one very large story. Over here, up top, separate the twos. Okay, so it's an interesting way to do it, but this is what we're going to do. We got 2 very large stories, 1 very small story. I do need some more cards for more information. First, if this is a person, which it is, double person lets me know we're talking about a person. Need to, one more for the energy of what's going on there. That one stays the same. Coming over here, this is where the storyline does get a little bit big sometimes, guys. So if, I'll move the camera around to make sure you guys can see everything. Now we have all pip cards here. I'm going to just do 2 cards for extra information for both kind of quadrants there, both sides of the 4. Still all completely blocked, so that one definitely needs a discard. Over here, this guy's good to be read as is. And then down here, I need a couple cards for the major. Those also came in blocked. I need a card for the queen. Is it a person? Yes, it is. What's the person doing? Talking about another person. Is it a person? No, it's not. Okay, energy. All right, so here we go. Check the blockages one more time here because we just added some more to it. 4 to 4, that's a good distribution. It's going to stay the way it is. This one, we need to discard, and they want it all upright. Order needs to stay the same. That is very important to do so in tarot. Just need my Oracle Angel cards, 1 for every story, and we're ready to go with the finance spread here for you guys. This deck is good now. And then it's just a matter of showing it all to you on the camera. Sometimes very challenging to do so, but we'll give it our best shot at it. Give it a whirl. Okay, everything's ready, guys. First story is going to be up top to the right of my hand. Ten of Swords up top of there inverted. We got the Fates card there too. That's a smaller one. We're going to go story 2 over here, right above that where I'm pointing, ending with time to go. And then story 3 is going to be large. It's very long across the entire bottom of my table. Huge story there. Lots of moving parts. Let's get to work, guys. Lots to do. Alrighty. Whew. All right, Cancer, I did say I'm going to start with a little one. I almost kind of wish I didn't. Wish I'd get clear some room on my table here, but that's all right. All right, so in regards to the finance thing that they don't want you to miss here, we start with a young person. A young person is coming up here in story 1. This person is getting over some worrisome stuff here, some stuff that used to cause them a lot of discomfort. We're getting over this. So this is usually finance that is not about you. This is about, like, this could be like a child of yours that they're talking about here. It is the princess in this deck, but in other decks this is just a page. So it's less about that it's a female necessarily and more about that this is just a younger person. Now you may also be the younger person here, getting, you know, assistance from like your parent, that kind of energy too. So it can really go either way here. And it can also go either way as far as who helps who. Sometimes it's the younger person helping out the parent here, but this person, more than likely, it's the younger person who is overcoming this kind of burden. This, I call it my death by 1,000 paper cuts card. It's just because it's extremely, you know, it's not like dangerous or crazy. I mean, it's just kind of a pain in the butt, just like a paper cut. You know, paper cuts are not fun, and they remind you that they're there. And that's kind of what's going on here financially. So this is either representative of like bad credit or some bills that have just, you know, maybe some financial burdens or worries that have just been, you know, they're starting to subside. Thank goodness we have that energy starting to move away. I'd much rather see that energy move away than come in, so that's what they show. They also show that there are 2 people here coming in blocked, 2 entities, so there is still a rift between 2 people, and that may even be, you know, going back to where I said helped each other, that may not be what's going on here at all. In fact, I don't know why I said helped each other, because they just show 2 people. I'm assuming one of them is you, but the other person could, like I said, you could also be the younger person that they're talking about here and dealing with, you know, like a parent or an aunt or an uncle, somebody a generation gap older here. And they show 2 people in kind of disarray, so it might not be about help at all. It may be about in spite of getting help. I mean, like maybe somebody wanted help but didn't get it, and they're kind of making their own way anyway. But anyway, we have 2 people or 2 entities that are coming in here on a block, on a delay. So maybe this gets better between them later, or there's just something that they're disagreeing about or not seeing eye to eye on. This could even be a purchase, a way that you're spending your money, or that they are spending their money that you don't agree with. Okay. Now they show the Fates card here, so this is more of a, even though it sounds like it's a complete choice, you know, this sounds like, you know, somebody goes and buying a car and like the mom being like, you know, that was a terrible idea. Like, this is a tough time in the economy. What are you doing taking out a loan for like $25,000? What, are you crazy? You know, so this is how it feels, at least. And with the Fates card coming in here, you know, and even that description I just gave you with the car, that is like, sounds like a choice, right? But here Spirit is saying no, that this is actually more of a fate-driven thing. This is something with momentum. So even though it feels like it's very choice-driven, Spirit's kind of overriding us here and saying, you know what, there is something more to this. This is the way that it has to be, maybe for this person. You know, maybe less about you and more for them, going through the things that they have to go through. And it almost kind of makes me feel like maybe there's some tough love going on in there too. You know, by kind of saying no, perhaps you're not enabling them to continue bad habits or something like that. Very interesting story to kick off and start with. Holy cow, what a doozy that was. Moving into story 2, guys. Financial kind of crossroads between 2 places, driving a little blind here, so you're not really sure what to do with kind of some financial choices going on here. Now they do show that you're not really, you're not worried about this, you're not stressing out over it, so that's the good part. Thank goodness. You know, I always, when I see that the other way, I'm always like so, you know, just I feel bad because that's a terrible thing to have to go through, and regardless of how hard the situation is, if you have a good outlook on things, you have a good mentality, up here you're very sharp. Even if you're struggling, I mean, even if you're homeless, if you have a good mentality, you can just will yourself and pull yourself through just about anything. So that's what they show here, is that you're doing good. with your mindset, even though there is a choice to be had here or you're not sure which way to go. They do show growth. There is growth involved here, but this is very slow growth. Maybe a lot of you here, Cancers, are wanting this money here to change, to grow faster, to arrive. Maybe it's taken a long time to get here, something like that. They show a lot of you are, they bring up the bankruptcy card. So I don't know if that actually means a lot of you are really like high in debt here or high in losses. Maybe you actually just had to fork out a ton of money for something too. That could definitely be a huge hit. If you have to go and repair, you have to put a whole brand new like air conditioning unit in your house, that's a huge bill, 4 figures. And, something like that could definitely be pulling bankruptcy energy. Doesn't mean you're actually bankrupt, but it's just a huge hit to your finances here. Or something that, we're waiting for growth here, but it's a delay growth. It's slow. It's going to take its time. It's got to run its course. This is causing you, even though your mentality's been pretty good, there is a sharpness to this. There is a sting to it. Heartbreak is a harsh word to say, but in other decks, this is my heartbreak card. But this kind of heartbreak is a little bit weird. This is, in this deck, it's pictured as like a flower that's being stabbed instead of like swords going through the heart like it's pictured in other decks. So this is kind of like, that's why I say a kind of a weird, sharp pain. It almost makes me feel like my paper cut card that we just described there too. So this is just something that causes you some mental anguish. And I'm glad that we have the first card that shows that you're kind of handling this well, despite the fact that it's a struggle here for some of my Cancers. And story 2, financially, they do show abundance in the love corner here, or emotional abundance. This could be fulfilled family. Maybe you're in a really great relationship. Maybe you have great friends, great family members. This is the key here, to lean on them here. They are your foundation. They are your support system. We have just overflowing good emotions with the Ace of Cups coming in here. This, if this was a different reading, I'd talk about brand new love in there. But in the context of financial here, this is new beginnings with the family. And these can also be financial new beginnings too. Just like we talked about if you have to replace the air conditioner unit. Well, it sucks to have to do that, right? But now you're on a brand new start. You're not going to have to worry about it for a very long time, with the exception of like, regular maintenance or something like that. So, there is always something to be grateful for. And, there's a good side to everything, even the tough times. Next thing they show here is the card of close family members. This can also be close friends, but I usually see this come in for siblings. So there's something with the sibling that's attached to this whole thing. Maybe they play a part in this somehow. It's spirit works in mysterious ways. If they go back to the air conditioning example, of course, that's not going to be for everybody. I'm just giving you the context so you understand the energy of it. Good time to remind you, too, that this is a general reading. If you're looking for messages that are private, personal, specific only to you, I offer a wide variety of different products on my website, scottsagent.com. So this, talking about spirit working in mysterious ways, this could even be like, your sister's husband has a friend who owns an air conditioning company. They're going to get you a discount. They're going to, throw in something for free for you. You know what I mean? So you never know how this is going to work out. It's almost like a friend of a friend, almost like crony capitalism, but in a good way here. And they talk about time to go. So whatever this is, this phase is all about, it's short-lived, number one. Number two, something's got to go so something else can come. It's just kind of like a replaced deal that's going on here financially. So you have to remove yourself from something. And of course, if you're good at picking apart these general readings, God bless you. They're hard to do, even for me. You can really kind of pull what they're trying to tell you here, because you have to remove yourself from something if you're here in story 2 at all. Keep in mind, we do have another story to hit still, but time to go comes up. So the timing is now. And they really want you to move on from something, whether it's like a credit card, a bill, an air conditioner unit, whatever it is for you here that they're talking about financially that they wanted to discuss in great length. You really got to go. You really got to move forward with this. It's time to move. Okay, so there we go. Before we hit the number 3, which is even larger than our first 2, if you could even imagine such a thing, I do got to go over the moon cycles with you. I like to give you guys the moon cycle forecast every single month so you know what's coming. First thing that hits, guys, is September 10th. That is the full moon. That is the energy of the garbage truck. You want to get the stuff out of your life that doesn't fit there. And kind of looking at your stories, see where that fits. they didn't really necessarily specify any kind of full moon energy. You guys are probably going to be more on the new moon side for my Cancers in the month of September. But first, let me give you the full moon for those of you that are trying to get something out of your life, whether it be a bad habit, emotional baggage, stuff, you got to sell something, you got to repurpose something, whatever it is that you got to do, wherever it fits, if it doesn't belong in your life anymore. The full moon is when you want to take advantage of it and kick it out, basically. Now that hits September 10. You don't have to do this on the 10th. Just any time toward early September is good for that. Now the new moon, I said, is going to be your more target date here for my Cancers. That is September 25th. That's the best time to bring anything brand new into your life that wasn't there before. Now this is a financial spread, but this could be about anything. If you're trying to bring in new love, you're trying to bring in something new with work, maybe start a new health program, maybe start a new diet, whatever it is for you. If it's new, you want to do that under the new moon. That is September 25th. So end of September is a much better target time to target that kind of change. Try to do it earlier in the month. You could do it with enough willpower. It's just going to be harder to get it to stick. So if any of this confuses you, or you just want a visual aid, I have a moon cycle cheat sheet. It is free. It is parked on my website, scottsagent.com. On my videos page, you go to the bottom there, and you can see the moon cycle cheat sheet. It shows you how the ebbs and flows go in and out and how you can line up certain events for your life to just make things run a little bit smoother. That's what that's all about. Also, while you're at the website, guys, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter program. The newsletter sign up is at the bottom of every single page because it's important. I give my newsletter people a couple free readings every single year just by being signed up to the newsletter program. It's a big deal. I take great care of my newsletter people. I only send one email newsletter a month. It's just for updates, what's going on with the channel, new stuff. We're going to talk about new stuff in a minute here, but also promo codes. Save you guys money on readings. I have a great list of all kinds of different services. And so the newsletter is a no-brainer. Talking about brand new services, we just launched a yes or no brand new mini product. It's audio. You don't even have to show up for the reading. It's personal, pulling from your birth date, so it's all about you. There is no bubble energy here like we're sharing from Cancer. And it's a yes or no, so you get to ask a specific question. Spirit is going to give you factors that come up on the yes, factors that come up on the no, give you a bunch of information that hopefully you can make the best decision for yourself with, or to at least take the burden off you or feel better about what is bothering you. So that's the power of a yes or no. I also have great other mini products. The My Month talks all about the month, kind of like this format, except specific to you instead of the sign. And also the health or chakra scrub. You get one of those two with that. It's either physical health, spiritual health. That it goes down the list of. The other mini product is the Angel Protection and Animal Totem Package. That one you get both. So lots of great mini products, and they're all affordable, all for about the price of lunch for all of them. So guys, let's yeah, that's the yes or no. Let's move into number 3. We got to hit number 3. Actually, before I get into number 3, I lied to you. I didn't mean to lie to you, but I did. I got to tell you about this one. Talking about new products, we just talked about the audio product. Now I'm going to talk about the new physical product. I don't know what I was thinking, launching 2 products in the same month, but here we go. Here's the info on this. Check it out, guys. Okay, guys, the time has come to unveil and reveal the brand new product. The Scott Sagent line here is now offering you, if you are sunflower obsessed like me and a lot of other spiritual people, we're going to talk more about the sunflower momentarily, but this, guys, is sunflower potpourri. To my knowledge, this is a niche item. I don't think it exists out there, at least not like this. This is produced in small batches, hand fragranced, a 1/4 pound bag. It's your standard size potpourri bag, but this fragrance, I wish I could allow you to smell it through your computer, through your phone. Unfortunately, technology doesn't let us do that yet. So you're going to have to take my word on this, but this thing smells. The aroma is dreamy. It is dreamy. It is heavenly. It is fragrant. The aroma is powerful but sweet. The sunflowers are not bulky enough to really make a true potpourri, so we had to use other items. But we captured the essence of the sunflower here by the color patterns, kind of the fall. A lot of the yellow make it pop just like the yellow in the sunflower does. And what this is hand fragranced. So that means by hand, and make sure that the whole thing is fragranced, not just the top part, not just a little bit of it. So it's all hand kind of mixed there. And also, high quality ingredients are in here. That's very important so that the potpourri doesn't mold. In fact, this is supposed to last 10 years or longer as far as the construction of it. Now, as far as the fragrance, that does eventually run out. We'll talk about that more momentarily too. It looks kind of small, but it actually lives very, very large. Let me show you how big this actually presents. This is a bowl that I just picked up at the dollar store. You're going to actually if you're going to do it right in one bowl, you need a bigger bowl than this. This one doesn't quite cut it because I got all this went into this, plus this is left over. So there is a lot. So if I didn't overfill this one, you could definitely fill 2 of these bowls, almost to the brim. And, use this in 2 different rooms. This works best, guys, in any kind of small rooms here. It basically creates a scent for the entire room. And it's best in bathrooms, small little linen areas, or anywhere you just want to freshen up. It works best in a shallow bowl. It needs to be able to breathe. That's the key here. So you don't want to pack it down too tightly. This is packed tightly just for shipping reasons. But once you open it up, you set it up so it can breathe. The fragrance eventually goes away. Well, how long is that going to take? It's hard for me to say right now, but I'm estimating about 3 months. That's what good quality potpourri does. It lasts about 3 months. So that's what this is. And that's what we're expecting this to do and how to live. In about 3 months, let's say, the fragrance runs out, doesn't smell anymore. Well, that sucks. Now you got to buy another potpourri, right? No, you don't. Actually, with this is the sunflower spritzer bottle that is a separate product, but they're a team. They go together. This is a tandem here. And this is the same exact scent palette. The difference is that this is the strong stuff to last 3 months, and this is just more diluted. Now, the reason that's diluted is because it serves other purposes. This can be used as a room spray. You can freshen up your whole house by spraying a couple pumps of this stuff and make it last for days. You can, if you have cats, a couple sprays in the litter box. When that starts smelling bad, your house smells good again. If somebody stinks up the bathroom, you can use this for anything to make smell better. And this is also skin friendly. People can wear this as, it's not as strong as a perfume, but it's more of the line of like a body spray, a body mister. You can actually wear it on yourself. But basically, the way that you refresh this, you can rejuvenate it instead of getting a new one or throwing it out. You can basically recycle this by all you do. Take a big plastic bag, like a grocery bag, plastic, dump the whole thing in there. Spray a good wet layer on the top of it with your mister, with your spritzer here. Good wet layer. Close that bag up, shake it up, put it back in your bowl, and you're good to go. You're good to go for at least another week or more. The sunflower is God's flower. It basically represents all the main characteristics of the year. What you got there are your 52 petals. That represents weeks in the year. Inside, you got your seeds. You got 365 in a perfect flower. And it also follows the Fibonacci sequence of the Fibonacci spiral, the way that the seeds kind of go around in a spiral. And also the leaves coming up the stems, there's supposed to be 12 in a perfect plant. That represents, you guessed it, the 12 months. So the sunflower kind of represents our cycle, and that is why it's called God's flower. You're going to love it, guys. Check it out. Okay, so now we are back to story number 3. Sorry for the delay. Thank you for sticking with it, guys. Great stuff to check out there, man. You got to check it out. That's wonderful stuff. All right, so down here, story number 3. That we talk about some toxicity in the financial corner. There's something that needs to be purified here, maybe purged, under that full moon energy, but purified. There's something that's just not good. It may be bad credit, but I feel like there's also neglect involved here too, where you've just let something go for too long. Whether it's not paying a certain bill and now the late charges have mounted up and racked up, or what it is specifically, there's something that you need to take greater pride in. They show that you've acted out of weakness here, and we got to switch that around. You got to act out of strength. So you got to take care of this. You got to nip this thing out. Now they show all you got to do is kind of organized. You got to get things in a row here. Lay it all out, maybe make a chart, make a graph, figure out your plan. So you're organizing things, getting it together. They also show somebody looking over your shoulder here. So you may be being watched by somebody who could help you here, or maybe you could use the assistance of somebody who's good at this kind of stuff. Maybe somebody who does that. They bring in a woman here. Maybe that's who they're referring to here, or maybe this is somebody else. But they talk about the woman is basically saying inaction with money here. So whether that's you or whether that's more than likely it's somebody else, but this person is coming in and saying, you need to cut off the action here, the spending of the money. It's kind of, I'm talking in tarot, but basically it means spending money. No action financially means not spending money. So she's coming in here and saying that. So you may want to lean on this woman, whoever this is, whether she's a friend, a mom, a sister, whoever this is somebody who knows their stuff, guys. They could probably help you out here quite a bit. We have that this can change very, very fast. You can turn this right around. in the month of September. Like, this is a great time to start. Why wouldn't you? Basically, they show new life. That's how we wrap up. So this is the beginning to something brand new financially. It's making me excited just reading it for you. So it should make you excited to implement this. Start something new financially. And this is what you got to do first. You got to lay it out. You got to get this, got to get a plan formed here. So very, very good stuff there. Now, I do need to reshuffle the cards to do your health scrub, because I did use a lot of cards. I like to be super accurate with the health scrub. It's something I take very seriously. So I'm going to reshuffle real quick, cut away while I do that, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. The cards have been reshuffled. Going to ritual cut it real quick. I just checked my time, and I am way over here. We got about 5 minutes here to wrap up, so I'm going to speed this up as fast as I can, but still give you a great reading. Also, got to do the Runestone, too. I actually should have done that while I had all the cards out, but I'm going to hit that right now for you guys. And thankfully, it's still kind of fresh in my mind, so there's no guesswork involved here where they're going with this. All right, Runestone. For my Cancers for September is going to be this guy right here. This is the Runestone of Disruption. So shaking things up here, just like we talked about, hey, shakeups can be good. Like story number 3 is what it makes me feel like the most. Like, hey, you gotta blow this whole thing up first before you build it back, okay? So disruption, there is some changes going on, but not all disruption is bad. That's what I need to remind you of first. Sometimes disruption comes with a purpose. It's just like the chaos. Look at like a hurricane or a bad tropical storm or something. It comes through, it's chaotic, it blows limbs down, and a bunch of leaves off the tree and stuff like that, but it promotes the new growth. It gets the dead limbs off. It gets the dead leaves to fall off, and now it promotes the new growth. So just like that, the same kind of idea there. Disruption can be a good thing here. So that is also a theme financially for my Cancers for the month of September, guys. All right, so here we go with your health scrub. Got to do this quick. Now, I've already cut that. Yes, I did. So I'm going to read this. I'm going to go top to bottom as far as how I pull them. I may talk about it in a different order, but here we go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, Cancers, there are just a couple of main areas that they want me to focus on here. I'm going to start at the bottom. The bottom here would be your root chakra if this was a chakra scrub, but this is a health scrub. So this is something that is all base of the spine. This is arms, legs, appendages, bottom of the back, kind of like tailbone stuff here. They show breaking free from something that held you down before. It makes me feel like getting out of a cast. Now, or more mobility here, more freedom. There's something going on. Maybe something got cured. Maybe, not everybody had a broken arm or a sprained ankle, but that's the vibe. It feels like, something is improving here, and you're breaking free from something that used to hold you up, kind of like the cast energy here. So they talk about here and now, so they want to focus on the present. They don't want to dwell in the past. They don't want to dwell in the future. So any kind of arms, legs, bottom of the back, pelvis area, hips, stuff that you're worried about, focus on what is going on right now. As we move up from there, no message there as far as pertinent. We got a pretty big key here as we move up. Let me go into that right now. So heart shows physical injury, so it makes me feel like the heart / lungs / back center of the back could be improved here. Maybe something you want to pay attention to. I feel like there is advice that has happened here, maybe that you haven't followed through with. Maybe like doctor advice saying, hey, you need to take this supplement, or hey, you need to you need to walk once a day, cardio, something like that. So there's something I feel like somebody's told you there. You might want to consider improving there. Cardio is good for heart and lungs too. That's what I love cardio for that spot. And then moving up from there, we have the kind of the throat area, which can also be dental, comes up as a new journey. So there's something new that they want you to do either like in this area. Usually it's more dental related, so maybe some of you need dental work, or you need to get an implant, or you need to maybe just get a routine cleaning, something like that coming up for health. Usually it's not a huge deal, but they're saying that this has been some mixing and matching here, so it makes me feel like it's cosmetic with something dental. Obviously not for everybody, but for some of you that's going to make a lot of sense. So everything else is checking in really really good. The last thing we have is that top one. Not really worried about that either, but they're saying, you need to stop hanging on to something. You need to open this up a little bit at the very top, which is kind of something that's all over you. So there's something that you've been hanging onto for too long that you just need to let go of here, that affects either something that's all over you, like your skin, your blood pressure, your hair, something like that. That's going to be a very contextual message that you're just going to have to put together for yourself. So that is the entire health scrub, guys. We've been through all of it. Make sure you check out the wonderful sunflower potpourri. Make sure you check out the wonderful Scott Sagent sage soap. That is the entire reading, guys. Thank you so much. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future readings. That's it for me. Have a great September.